Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.
In a new analysis, the White House says intelligence assessments have come to the conclusion that the government of Syrian President Bashar al-Assad has used chemical weapons in its civil war against opposition forces. The initial disclosure came in letters to congressional leaders and a statement by U.S. Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel.
The U.S. intelligence community assesses with some degree of varying confidence that the Syrian regime has used chemical weapons on a small scale in Syria, specifically the chemical agent Sarin.
Sarin gas is a lethal nerve agent, and the Obama administration says the evidence is based on physiological samples. Secretary Hagel says the Syrian government is likely to blame.
We cannot confirm the origin of these weapons, but we do believe that any use of chemical weapons in Syria would very likely have been originated with the Assad regime.
The Obama administration is concerned about the use of chemical weapons in the Syrian conflict and the possibility they could be transferred to terrorist groups. Mr. Obama has said his thinking on possible military involvement in Syria could change if such weapons are used.
A red line for us is we start seeing a whole bunch of chemical weapons moving around or being utilized. That would change my calculus.
The White House is emphasizing that given the stakes involved, it needs credible facts before deciding on a course of action. Some members of Congress say the president should be more aggressive in his response. Republican Senator John McCain.
The President of the United States said that if the Bashar Assad used chemical weapons, it would be a game changer, that it would cross a red line. I think it's pretty obvious that red line has been crossed.
Other countries, including Britain and France, have accused the Assad government of using chemical weapons. Analysts say the administration's response is carefully calibrated to avoid any overreaction. Aram Nergizian is with the Center for Strategic and International Studies.
The danger is that pressure will be such that it could trigger a knee-jerk reaction on the part of the U.S. government. That's the real fear. The idea here is to prevent that, to create an environment where the U.S. assesses effectively and then acts accordingly.
The Syrian conflict has raged for more than 2 years and has killed 70,000 people. Meredith Buel, VOA News, Washington.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar.